When you're at war, the lines seem pretty clear, right? You have your side and you have the enemy. But what happens when your entire life's purpose is to save lives, and the person dying right at your feet is that enemy? Well, that is the impossible choice at the very heart of Pearl S. Buck's incredible short story, The Enemy.
Okay, so let's just imagine this for a second. It's the middle of World War II. An enemy soldier, badly wounded, literally washes up on the beach right outside your house. What do? Do you follow your duty to your country and turn him in? Or does a totally different kind of duty kick in? For the main character of our story, a brilliant Japanese surgeon named Dr. Sadao Hoki, this isn't some abstract question. It is very, very real. It's a life or death decision that the tide just washed right up to his front door. So let's really set the scene here. Dr. Sadao lives in this beautiful house, but it's on a pretty lonely stretch of the Japanese coast. One evening, he and his wife, Hana, are just standing on their veranda when they see something moving in the mist. It's a man. He's been thrown out of the ocean and he's crawling, staggering, before he just collapses on the sand. And when they get closer, the details, well, they're terrifying. He's a white man, an American. His cap has the faded letters U.S. Navy, and there's a fresh gunshot wound bleeding through his back. This isn't just some random soldier. He's an escaped prisoner of war. To help him, to even be near him, is an act of treason. And right there, that's where the real battle begins. And it's not on some faraway island. It's happening right inside Dr. Sadao's own head. It's Sadao the patriot versus Sadao the healer. Every part of his upbringing is screaming enemy, but every bit of his training is screaming patient. His first instinct? It's the patriotic one, the simple one. He even says it to his wife. The easiest thing to do is to just push him back into the water and let the ocean finish the job. No risk, no treason, no problem. Just let him die. This really breaks down that war going on in his head. Look at the patriot side. He is my enemy. All Americans are my enemy. Helping him means they'd be arrested for sure. But then, look at the doctor's side. It all comes down to one simple fact. But since he is wounded, that changes everything. His training, which he actually got in America, comes rushing back with one powerful rule. You do not let a man die if you can save him. And this is the real turning point. Because before his brain can even make a final decision, his hands, a surgeon's hands, are already moving. It's like they have a mind of their own, instinctively packing the wound with sea moss. His medical training is just taking over. The doctor is starting to win. So you might think bringing the man inside is the end of the dilemma. Oh, no. It just creates a whole new crisis. The conflict goes from being internal, inside Sadao's head, to an open rebellion with his own household staff. And their reaction is swift and it is not subtle. Yumi, the nanny, she just flat out refuses to wash a dirty white man. The old gardener, he's convinced that by saving an enemy, their master is messing with fate and that nature itself will take revenge on them. They're all whispering that their master, who spent so much time in America, has forgotten who he is. And after 7 days of this tension, the entire staff just quits. They walk out, leaving Sadao and Hana totally alone with this man. Now, what's interesting is Hana, she's just as disgusted by the enemy as anyone else. But seeing the servants act with so much open prejudice, it actually pushes her the other way. Their stubbornness makes her see things more clearly, and she finally asks the most important question. Is this anything but a man and a wounded, helpless man? She's the first one to truly see past the uniform. The pressure is just building and building, but the man is fading fast. He's going to die without surgery. So this forces Sadao to a point of no return. In the operating room, even if it's just a makeshift one in his house, one of his identities has to win out for good. And there it is. The choice is made. When Sadao gets his surgeon's bag and puts on his white coat, he's putting on more than just clothes. He's putting on his identity. He is a healer. The patriot is just going to have to step aside. But even as his hands are working perfectly, his mind is still a war zone. As he's literally cutting into this man to save him, he's thinking to himself, this man, there is no reason under heaven why he should live. He's still wrestling with the fact that he's saving someone he's been taught to hate. But then something amazing happens. In a moment of pure, intense focus, everything else just melts away. As he's about to pull the bullet out, he murmurs to the unconscious man, "My friend." It's just a reflex from his training, something he says to all his patients. And in that one instant, The man on the table isn't an enemy anymore. He's just a patient.
When the bullet is finally out, the man's pulse gets stronger. Sadao looks up at Hana and says, "This man will live in spite of all." And that word, all, it means everything. The war, the servants leaving, the risk of being arrested, his own hatred. In spite of all of it, the doctor won. Okay, so the man is saved. But that just leads to the next impossible question. Now what? He can't stay there forever. So Sadao decides to confess everything to one of his patients, a very powerful old general. And the general's solution is, well, it's a whole new kind of terrifying. See, the general's logic isn't about patriotism at all. It's completely selfish. He needs Dr. Sadao to stay alive and out of trouble because Sadao is the only surgeon who can keep him alive. So to protect his own doctor, he offers this chillingly practical solution. He'll send his own private assassins to kill the American while he sleeps. They'll even get rid of the body. Problem solved. Just listen to how cold and casual that is. They make no noise. This isn't about war or justice. It's just pest control. It's a bureaucratic fix for an annoying problem. And Sadao, feeling trapped, he agrees. He thinks this will finally get the choice out of his hands. So Sadao waits. For 3 straight nights, he lies awake, listening for the slightest sound. A footstep, a twig snapping. He expects to find the man gone in the morning, but night 1 passes. Nothing. Night 2, still nothing. After the 3rd night, he wakes up and the American is still there, sleeping soundly. After that 3rd sleepless night, something just snaps in Sadao. He can't take it anymore. The general failed him. He realizes he has to solve this himself. The first time he saved the man, it was instinct. Now he's about to make a conscious, deliberate, moral choice. And his plan is incredibly detailed. He's not just shoving the man out the door. He gives him a boat, he packs it with food and water, he gives him extra clothes, he even gives him a flashlight with a special code to signal if he's okay. Row to a nearby island, he tells him, wait for a Korean fishing boat, and whatever you do, don't light a fire. This is no longer just a doctor saving a patient. This is a man saving another man. So why didn't the assassins ever show up? The reason is almost absurd. When Sadao sees the general again, he finds out the truth. The general was so wrapped up in his own aches and pains, he just forgot. He completely forgot he promised to have a man murdered. In the end, Sadao stands on his veranda, looking out at the ocean. The prisoner is gone, presumably safe. And even then, as he thinks about all the prejudice he's faced from white people, he still feels that flicker of repulsion. And he's left with this one last, powerful question that he asks himself. Strange, he thought. I wonder why I could not kill him. And the story doesn't give us an easy answer. It just shows us that sometimes our basic shared humanity can be a much stronger force than any war or any flag.